That should help. That should help. Thank you, Biff. You got my back. This is the first time I've ever done this, so we're still getting used to it. You were not tripping, Biff. You were not tripping. So this is a custom leaderboard. It took me like a week to put together and several revisions because I couldn't test it out when NASCAR wasn't racing. And I didn't want to use NASCAR's built-in leaderboard. I wanted to use my own. So, yeah, we still may tweak it a little bit, make it look a little better. One of the ideas I had was to import the actual car number pictures. What am I doing? We're just watching the race. They just came back from commercial. SVG just retook the lead. You hate watching on the CW? I love the CW. I think they have really good coverage. A lot of studios nowadays, if their race is far away, like the West Coast, they'll just call it from the studio, like back in Charlotte or wherever. But the CW actually sent their people to the track, which makes a huge difference, a really big difference. I'm not used to talking into the camera, so we'll have to work on that. Take a look at our leaderboard now. So first we have Shane Van Gisbergen, second Connor Zilic. So two road course geniuses. And that's how they finished, I believe, the last race. SVG first, Connor Zilic second. So we'll see if those two get into it. And then third, we have Sam Mayer. Fourth, Jesse Love. Fifth, William Salowich. Sixth, Carson Quaffle. Seventh, Sheldon Creed. Eighth, Sammy Smith. Ninth, Justin Allgaier. And 10th, Brandon Jones. Yeah, it should be a really good race. If you look at the interval between Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilic, it's 1/100th of a second, or 1/10 of a second, almost 2/10 of a second. So it's very close. I hope, honestly, I hope Connor turns SVG. I hope he turns him towards the end of the race. Or at least get some kind of payback for last week. Because Shane raced him not super dirty, but they're teammates. You know, you expect a little better cooperation. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't usually stream with a webcam. I used to. I would do like iRacing, and I would stream with a face cam. And I've done a couple IRL videos, real videos. I just don't do it frequently. Let's take a look through the rest of our field. See if anything sticks out to us. Harrison Burton in the 21st. The GOAT, Josh Palicki in 22nd. Matt DiBenedetto, 26th. Brennan Poole, 27th. And Christian Eckes, rookie, already 60 seconds behind. That's crazy. This leaderboard is set to update every 5 seconds. So if you take a look at the interval, the time behind, it should keep you updated on the gaps between each driver. Yes, Justin Allgaier. Let's see where he is. Justin Allgaier is in 11th currently. Connor Zilic is right on the back of Shane Van Gisbergen. Right on the back of him. What kind of WWE things going on today? They are doing Saturday Night Main Event. It'll be on Peacock and NBC. So if you have NBC, which if you have a TV package, you probably have NBC, you can tune in. I don't know what time it starts, 6 or 7, somewhere around there. So right when this race wraps up, the WWE thing should be starting. And then tomorrow, there's Evolution. Evolution 2. So it's a women's only pay-per-view, or PLE, Premium Live Event, and that'll be on Peacock. So if you have Peacock, You can tune into Evolution 2. Rhea Ripley will be fighting Io Sky. Lyra Valkyria will be fighting Becky Lynch and Bayley. So there's some good fights. Oh, 8 p.m. I guess is that 8 Central? So it'd be 7 my time if that's 8 Eastern. I forget. Not everyone. No, you're not stupid, Mason. Yeah, it's if I lean over, you can see the interval through my hat. When I saw that it was doing that, I was like, maybe I should change my hat. And I was like, nah, I got to keep repping Mr. Jefferson Gordon. Let's see if I can sit up a little bit. Nope, not that much more. That's all I got. 8 p.m. for Ohio. Yeah, probably Eastern then. Well, hopefully it's a lovely face. Hopefully you enjoyed the face. So they're saying Jesse Love has a vibration. So he's running in 4th. It looks like he's going to have to pit. That's what they're saying on the broadcast. Will John Cena be fighting? I don't think so. I don't actually know the match card. I know the big one they're hyping up is Goldberg versus Gunther. Let's look at that. Saturday night main event card. I don't like that website. It's going to feature Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. And apparently John Cena will be fighting. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the comment about my beauty. They're also going to do Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. I don't know. These pages. All right, I got to go. Good one here. Solo versus Jimmy Uso for the WWE United States Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. Goldberg versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And this is supposed to be Goldberg's retirement match. But if he wins, we don't know what they're going to do. Like, what are they going to do? Goldberg versus Gunther with a Seth Rollins cash-in. Bet on it. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like they might play it out a bit longer. All right, where did Jesse Love go on our leaderboard? Jesse Love down to 38th. You guys see this at the bottom of the screen? It's sad. I do have to scroll a little bit, but man, I'm so proud of this this leaderboard. I'm glad it's working. It took so long to get this going. This was it took several different edits, but 10 revisions. This is revision 9. Revision 10's a little different, but it didn't look better. One thing, I would like to change the font. It's currently set to Arial, font size 10, I believe. I'd like to change it to a different font, and then possibly add the actual pictures of the car numbers, but that'll be its own process. Welcome, Doodlebug. We're just watching along with the NASCAR Xfinity race at Sonoma. Currently, the big news is Shane Van Gisbergen's back in P1, Connor Zilisch in 2nd, and all the way down in last place, Jesse Love. He was in 4th, and ended up falling back through the field because he had to pit for a vibration. So they thought they had an issue with the car. He had to come down pit road. Right now, they're in commercial break. If you don't have access to the CW on your TV plan, or if you don't have a TV plan, you can still go to the CW's website, or you can go to their app, whatever, and you can watch the battle cam. And the battle cam's pretty good. There's no commentary. You're just watching whatever battle they're following, but it'll still let you see some of the race. Yes. Face moment. Face moment. You love when the car go over the turtles, whatever they call those corner covers. I think here they're just curbs or rumble strips. The turtles are like, they're shaped like turtles, and if a car hits it, they usually just explode. I loved the turtles. We saw a lot of the turtles at the Indianapolis road course. Those turtles were awesome. Oh, and I think they have turtles at the Roval. I think they did. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't like doing a face cam for the gaming streams because most of the time I'm just sitting here, you know, just locked in over there. So I don't know. We may do it every once in a while, but it's not my favorite thing to do. But a lot of people like that. Jesse Love's still on pit road. Still in pit road. 4 laps back right now. That's rough. Possibly a broken track bar. Some issue with the rear end of his car. It would make live reaction moments. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of advantages to doing face cam. It's just something that I would have to get used to. And I have to set up the green screen and stuff. And maybe every once in a while. Maybe for our 100% streams where we do 100% of the race. This is crazy. So right now the plan is for Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilic to flip the stage. So they're going to pit before the stage break. And then what they said is the only car within 12 seconds is Sam Mayer in third. So everyone other than Sam Mayer is going to have to pit with 3 to go in the stage. So this lap or next lap. But Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilic can go a lap further. So this may change up their fuel strategy. We'll see. Who's on pit road right now? Nick Sanchez on pit road. You going for Justin Allgaier? Yeah, I mean, I like him. He's a veteran. I wish the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series had more veterans. That's what it used to be. It used to be, yes, like young guys would come in and gain experience, but they would be racing against experienced veterans, and it would teach them kind of race etiquette and racecraft and how to, you know, make it. And so when they would get to the Cup Series, they weren't completely underdeveloped. You wouldn't see a lot of drivers go into the Cup Series and just flop in year 1, flop in year 2. So I wish more guys, instead of just retiring from the Cup Series altogether, I wish they would go down to Xfinity, go down to the trucks and race for a few years and help train up the next generation of drivers. Your favorite paint scheme? Can't say Gordon T-Rex car. I have a few favorite paint schemes. I mean, Gordon's Flames car looks really good. Just his standard Flames car. Oh, let me. I'm gonna grab a few. I have my diecast right over here. I'll be right back. Iowa IndyCar race 1 in Iowa is starting soon. Man, I may have to pull up another tab just to watch that one. You don't like that SVG got the pole in the Cup Series? Me either, but you have to respect his dominance and his skill right now. The gap was a lot closer. I believe the interval was just 0.2 of a second. So that's closer, and that's what I thought. I thought SVG would still run well, but I definitely expected the Cup Series to close in. Let me grab these diecast. This William Byron with the orange and the teal. I thought this one was awesome. I love that one. And this one, it the camera's ruining the quality of the car, but that's he raced this one at Talladega. It's the one where they threw the beer cans at him. I love that one. And just his standard flames. And the Pepsi flames with the black rear end. Let's back that up. Yeah. That one's really good. Mark Martin had some really good schemes. And I love this one. Darrell Waltrip. The Western Auto. That one with the chrome number. That is gorgeous. I love this. And look how big this one is. This is a 1/18th scale. This is huge. And I think this may be the best diecast. The best one of all time, actually. Best paint scheme ever. If you know who that is. Dale Earnhardt's K2. What a beauty. What a beauty. It doesn't get better than that. Hey, Mr. Silly. Hey, Mr. Silly. Ah! Yes, that is right. Sam Mayer takes stage 1. Brandon Joe 2nd. Carson Quaffle 3rd. Sammy Smith 4th. Sheldon Creed 5th. 6th, Anthony Alfredo. 7th, Alex LeBay. 8th, Blaine Perkins. 9th, Connor Zelich. 10th, Ryan Sieg. And 11th, Shane Van Gisbergen. Yes, this is the dog. The good dog. He's the pretty dog. Yes, this is the watch-along with Sir Charles Barkley. I love that. The puppy dog. Yep. Yeah, Mason, I'm always glad to see you. Your uncle had a K2. You grew up playing with it, so it's trashed. Understandable. Understandable. Someone sent me a Snapchat. Several Snapchats. You hate watching on the CW? That's what the King is Dead. He sent that Snapchat to me as well. I almost held up my phone. I'm an old person now. So one big thing to pay attention to. Let's look at our leaderboard again. We have Connor Zelich in 9th, and in 11th, Shane Van Gisbergen. So it looks like Connor was able to get through pit road faster than SVG. So we'll see how long Connor can hold on and hold off Shane Van Gisbergen. They're playing a News Nation ad right now. I'm listening to the race on my computer, on my streaming PC, but I'm watching the race on my MacBook, and so the audio's not synced up, so I was a little freaked out for a second. They just had a scratch-off ad. Interesting. Dog, yeah, dude, he never knows what's going on. He's chasing his tail currently. If you guys are in the NASCAR fan rewards program, make sure to go to your app and check in. Because over the course of a year, you can earn enough points to go to a free NASCAR race. You get free tickets. Or if you have a lot of points, you can even ride around the track in the pace car, or they'll let you wave the flag at like practice or qualifying or something. Or what I did, I cashed it in for like a water bottle, a backpack, and like a $50 Fanatics gift card. So it's literally free money. All you have to do is have the NASCAR app, and you make an account, you sign up for fan rewards, and then you go in there, and every time there's a race, trucks, Xfinity, Cup, you go in there and click the check-in button on your phone, and free money. Like NASCAR is paying you to just click a button each week. It's that easy. It's that easy. See if we can get that on there. See that check-in button? It's not, there it is, checked in. You just go in your NASCAR app and you check in. Refocus, I'm over here. I'm over here. Oh man. I have to mess with my filter again. Filter, chroma key. Better. Oh, it's still, the phone messed it up really bad. All right, that's better. Tell you what the app is. It's called NASCAR Mobile. It's the official NASCAR app. NASCAR Mobile. Very simple, very easy to do, and if you're not doing it and you're still tuning into the NASCAR races each week, you're losing money. You get a free ticket to a NASCAR race, or ride in the pace car. You know, there are some really cool opportunities in the fan rewards program. They also have like autographed merchandise, and like you can enter for like giveaways and stuff. Every once in a while, you get free stuff too. Being a part of fan rewards. Last year, NASCAR gave out 6 free months of Sirius XM. So you can listen to the NASCAR station on there. They'll replay old races. They do talk shows daily. And they also broadcast the race each week. So it pays off to be a member of Fan Rewards. Thank you. Thank you, Mason. Thank you. Collator Gaming. Is that how you pronounce it? They're back in commercial. So let's look at our leaderboard currently. Sam Mayer currently scored in first. Connor Zillage second. Carson Quaffle third. And Shane Van Gisbergen in fourth. And William Sawalich rounding out our top 5. I think William might have won the ARCA race. Did I see your message about the winning streak? I didn't. No, how do you pronounce it? Can you spell it out phonetically? I don't want to mispronounce your name. Oh, see you later. See you later. Yeah, I see your comment now. A little slow on that, a little slow. That's why I drink Dr. Pepper, an ice cold Dr. Pepper. Oh, yeah. This stream is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. So if you don't like the stream, complain to Dr. Pepper. Yes, like the Hot Wheels car. You're right. The Denny Hamlin commercial's on. I don't like this commercial. That's true in racing and life. When things get hard, national debt relief helps you take control. And now we have a ranch dressing commercial. I did not see your message about the winning streak. I've wanted to do this for so long, but like I didn't know how to make it happen, and so I finally dug into it. And I've been working on this leaderboard for the last week and a half, and we're finally doing it. We're finally doing it. Under my hat, you guys can't see it. There's Jeff Gordon's signature on there. It's embroidered on there. He didn't actually sign the hat. There's a Hot Wheels car named See You Later or something. I think I've seen that. And like, yeah, I believe the one you're talking about has a license plate that says that on the back. I watched this documentary about Hot Wheels a few months ago, and they were talking about how many people collect the diecast. It's crazy. And how expensive some of them are. Be like tens of thousands of dollars for a tiny little diecast toy. That's crazy. Oh, my arm's off screen. I gotta get it in here quick, like tight. Yeah, you usually take over the lead, Mason. That's right. Oh, you have that one? So are you a Hot Wheels collector? You have a Ross Chastain signed diecast? Also love his Out of the Car? That's tough because I think this is his home racetrack. So, tough break for Jesse Love. Let's take a look at the bottom of the leaderboard. Jesse Love down there, down 12 laps, out of the race. August 3rd, NASCAR Cup Series at Iowa. Oh, that's good. That's good. Do you have any like really like cool ones? I don't have many. I don't have many Hot Wheels. I do have a few, but I usually just collect the NASCAR diecast. Mostly the 124th, but I also have some 118s and I have some 164s. So a few different sizes. I also have like a one. It's probably like a 148. It's a really weird size. Home races are usually cursed somehow. Accurate. Except Chase Elliott at Atlanta. The Busch brothers, it took them a while to win at Las Vegas. In the Cup Series, that is. Kyle probably won there several times in trucks and Xfinity. You have a decent amount of Batman Hot Wheels? That's awesome. All right. Connor Zilch is leading them off, but SVG is on the outside. And looks like he's going to take the lead. SVG back to P1. Connor Zilch is battling, but he just doesn't have the preferred line. Well, SVG back to P1. That didn't last long. We had some high hopes for Connor Zilch, but it is what it is. SVG's trying to. Well, yeah, SVG definitely got around him. Do I know if the Reds are winning? I do not. Justin Allgaier is battling with Austin Hill right now. Looks like Austin Hill's taking the position for now. Yep. Justin Allgaier running in the top 5. That's Mason's person. So if you guys see Gene Loveless in chat, that's Mason. And he is rooting for Justin Allgaier. Another fact about him, he hates Superman. I have to bring that back up. Is Kyle Busch still sponsored by M&M's? Negative. Nope. He actually is not even in the 18 car anymore. He had to leave that team because M&M's left the sport completely. Like M&M's, after being in the sport since, I guess, the early 90s, they've pulled out. And so Kyle Busch left, went to a Chevrolet team. He runs for the 8 team for Richard Childress right now. And he has sponsors like Zone, which is like a nicotine pouch company. He used to have like a weed sponsor, but I don't think they're with him anymore. I think he has Rebel Bourbon. And who else sponsors him? I don't know. He has a few different schemes, but he's no longer sponsored by M&M's. Yes, I also miss M&M's with Busch. I went by the M&M store in New York City a long time ago. I say a long time ago, but like 2-3 years ago sometime. And they still had the Kyle Busch car, but they were already removing the branding and stuff. And then the last time I went by there, they did not have the NASCAR anymore. They used to have a full-size Kyle Busch show car in the store. Connor Zilic is all over the back of SVG. They were just switching it up back and forth. Once it updates, SVG should go back to the lead. Mason said the Flash is better. He can do stuff that Superman can't do. I can do stuff Superman can't do. Like, be real. Shane Van Gisbergen has the fastest lap right now. Connor Zilic back to the lead. This leaderboard is probably ahead of what I'm watching right now because this updates live from NASCAR's data directly every 5 seconds. So this leaderboard's very up to date. I think this leaderboard is even faster than the leaderboard on NASCAR's website because this is pulling directly from their data feed. Ooh, do you think Superman does his taxes? Probably. What was his saying? Like, freedom, justice, and the American way? I believe that used to be one of his sayings or something. So if, like, he's repping the American way, he better do his taxes. Even the Joker does his taxes. SVG back to the lead. This is crazy. Crazy close race. And William Sawalich is running in third. I mean, less than a second back. So this is a 3-car race currently. If SVG and Connor Zilic get into it and get off track, the 18 car will go to the lead. So we got to watch for that. And look at that. Austin Hill in fourth, the super speedway merchant. Austin Hill, P4. Not bad. Not bad. And look at that. Another thing. Look at this. I feel like Jeff Gordon. Look at this. William Sawalich with the fastest lap. Or fastest out of these guys. Let's look through the rest of the field. Sammy Smith with a 77-second lap. It's pretty good. If Zilich doesn't win, you're going to cry. Scottish Pyro. Are you a Connor Zilich guy, or you just don't want SVG to win? Because it's a very valid question nowadays. He's good. He's going to be a decent driver. It depends on where he goes in Cup. It looks like Connor Zilich is going to replace Daniel Suarez at Trackhouse. That may not happen, but that's what it looks like currently. But Connor Zilich, in his first start at Pocono, with Dale Jr. on the pit box, so not even their normal crew chief, he won the race at Pocono. And he's not like an oval guy, but honestly, Pocono has a lot of traits similar to a road course. The strategy, the 3 very different turns. Yeah, Mason is rooting for Justin Allgaier, the number 7 car. Where is Justin Allgaier? In 5th, so top 5. Not bad. Not bad. We'll just see if anyone has anything for Shane Gisberg. And there's still a lot of race left to go. We're only on lap 29. And they're running 1 minute, 18-second laps right now. And they just ran some fast laps. They all went down from 78 seconds to 77 seconds. Got to pay attention to those lap times to see, like, maybe who may be trying to work through the field or who's stuck in traffic. But in general, the lap times start to fall off the lower you go through the field. Jesse Love down there, 19 laps down. Rough race for those guys. You wouldn't mind if Herbst won? Is he in this race? Are you just talking about tomorrow? There he is. Yes, Riley Herbst is in this race. I looked right over him like 10 times. Riley Herbst. I've probably said his name during this stream. Interesting. Car number 19. Well, he'll definitely have a competitive car. The Gibbs cars in Xfinity are usually relatively competitive. It's kind of between Junior Motorsports and Gibbs on any given day. Like, those two teams are a good bet. See You Later Gaming said he's mad SVG. Oh, no, he's a mad SVG fan with high hopes since this is a road course and he seems to dominate on those. Oh, Scottish Pyro to number 1 on the leaderboard. How did that happen? Seems like everyone's tied with 75 XP right now. Scottish Pyro with 75. Biff, 75. James, 75. So it looks like it goes alphabetical order. So you guys are all tied. No, it doesn't. Scottish Pyro at the top. I don't know. Good job, Scottish Pyro, taking number 1 on the leaderboard. If you guys don't know, YouTube's doing a top fans thing. So that's what that is. The crowns next to people's names. 4-way tie, that's right. Shane Gisbergen just ran the fastest lap of the race. Oh, wow, a 76.86. Fastest lap of the race right now. So he gets the 1 bonus point, even though he's not eligible for the points because he is full-time in the Cup Series. Yeah, you just got here. Welcome, Scottish Pot. You came in, you made an impact. You just made the difference. If this is live, where's the race? Sonoma. County line 18. If you see that leaderboard, that is the most up-to-date leaderboard you're going to see. It refreshes every 5 seconds. So you see those intervals change. You'll see the positions change. This isn't the final version. We're still working on it. But yeah, if you guys have any feedback or any thoughts, let me know. I would love to maybe add just a tiny, very quiet amount of background music. That way it's not just silent and me talking to myself. Yeah, SVG is moving very quickly right now. Still running the fastest laps on the track. Connor Zilic has fallen almost a second behind. That's not far. That's not a great distance on this track, but they're going to have to turn it around. We have 9 laps to go in... I lied. We have 11 laps to go in Stage 2. Yeah, why not illegally stream it? Yes. I definitely need to just throw the CW up on the stream. That's why I said Watchalong in the title. But yeah, we're just watching the race. We'll comment on it here and there. And if you guys just want to talk NASCAR, tomorrow's race, today's race, whatever's going on in NASCAR news, we can do that as well. I hope TNT's coverage tomorrow is better than it was at Chicago, because a lot of people were not happy with TNT's coverage last week. You didn't know Matt DiBenedetto raced in Xfinity? Yep, there he is. I'm not sure if he's full-time, but yeah, he has been making starts. I'm not sure what series he's declared for. I guess he's declared for Xfinity because he doesn't have an identifier next to his name. The I next to their name means they're ineligible for points. So it is what it is. They're back to commercial. Shane Van Gisbergen's still in the lead. Connor Zilic still in second. Let's look at the closest battles. Riley Herbst just a second back from Justin Allgaier. This is a pretty close battle here. Sheldon Creed all the way back to really Harrison Burton. They're all within a few seconds of each other. So the field's not really that strung out, but they are single filed out. So it looks like they're going to log some laps, and they should start the pit cycle in... How many laps back are these people? They'll probably start the pit cycle in 6 to 7 laps. So we'll see how the pit cycle goes. Maybe that'll shake things up. Man, I tried to turn off captions on my stream, but it didn't work. On the stream I'm watching. Yes, where are the cars going around the track? Hey, buddy. Do you really want me to show the stream on here? I would get banned in a heartbeat. So if you're looking for the race, go tune into the CW. They have it for free. Download the CW app on your phone. Download it on your television. And they have a battle cam. You can watch it that way if you don't have a TV package. If you have an antenna, load it up on the antenna. It's free. The CW is a free channel. This is a watch-along. I don't know if you're good at reading. Maybe reading's not your strong suit. Maybe English isn't your first language. But it says Sonoma Race Watch-along. We're watching together. It doesn't say Xfinity Race Stream. If you're looking for an illegal stream, look elsewhere. I don't do that here. I'm not trying to get banned. I don't understand people coming in here and expecting to see the race. I mean, I know there are other illegal streams on YouTube sometimes, especially for other sports, football and baseball. But, I mean, those are people with throwaway channels. They're going to get banned. It happens. We're not going to do that here. It's like, I don't know if people don't know what copyright is. Scottish Pyro, I did. I had to go and the bowl of cereal was right there. I did. Love. Ice cold Dr. Pepper. All right, they're back from commercial and the pit cycles are starting. Looks like Alex Sabay coming down pit road unscheduled. He has smoke coming out of the rear end. Yeah. Welcome back, VG Clips. We're just doing a race watch along. The race is on the CW if you're looking for the actual stream. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, greetings from Tasmania. Wow, Tasmania. Isn't that where... What was it? Marcus Ambrose. Wasn't he from Tasmania? That's crazy. It must be really, really early in the morning for you, if I had to guess. Or late at night, depending on how you look at it. You posted a lot? Yeah, we'll definitely try to watch it. Connor Zilic is back to the lead. I don't know when that happened. I was looking at Alex Obey on pit road. It's 2 laps down. He may be out of the race. He had something wrong with his car. Yeah, reading is definitely not a lot of people's strong suits. 7:47 a.m. Good morning, John Taylor. Welcome to the chat. We have a Matt Taylor. You wouldn't happen to be related to a Matt. Track bar, you help. I saw a video of Dale Jr.'s best like all-time radio moments, and that was one of them. I just saw that like last night. Oh, we have another. Wow. We have 2 blokes from south of the equator. Hope you guys are having an excellent morning. What's it like in the future? What's it like? Junior talking about flying the RC helicopter. Yeah. Not a lot of Taylors around. Well, when Matt Taylor joins the chat, we're going to get him to move. We're going to get him to move to Tasmania. We're going to send him on a private jet. We're going to move him down there. We're going to build an army of Taylors. So Connor's a second ahead of SVG right now. With 6 to go in the stage, cars will start pitting over the next couple laps. Over the radio, they said the gap was 12 seconds. So if they're more than 12 seconds behind, they have to pit a lap earlier than the leaders. So everyone below Austin Hill will have to pit with 3 to go if they want to flip the stage. Thank you. See you later. It's a very nice compliment. I'm sorry I don't have a Tasmanian or Australian anthem. I only have the USA and the Soviet Union. And I can't play the Soviet Union one. That will get us copyright. Something that simple. Just a 5-second clip of the Soviet anthem. You know, communist. They'll copyright you. You think they would let me use it for free? And our Independence Day just passed. It was a good time. My dog hates the fireworks, absolutely hates fireworks. Watch out, humming tunes, they'll get you. Yeah. Unless you're just terrible at doing it on key. So I don't think I would have an issue. All right, 4 to go in the stage. VG Clips was with Scott said America, rah. Yeah. VG said, I was with my girlfriend today, and we watched the Cup qualifying, and Brad did okay. Chase did abysmal. Let's look at the qualifying order. Let me pull up in the NASCAR mobile app. As a reminder, if you guys don't have the NASCAR mobile app, you need the NASCAR mobile app. You're passing up free money. So SVG on the pole, Chase Briscoe 2nd, William Byron 3rd, Ross 4th, AJ Allmendinger 5th, Ty Gibbs 6th, Ryan Blaney 7th, Tyler Reddick 8th, Alex Bowman 9th, Christopher Bell 10th, Kyle Larson in 11th. I'm really looking to see if Kyle Larson will rebound. You know, he's had a few really rough weeks. He hasn't been himself since he went to Indy and, you know, had those several crashes and then crashed in the Coke 600 as well. Just a terrible weekend for Kyle, and he hasn't really shown up since then. Kyle Busch 17th, Michael McDowell, a good runner here, 15th. Chris Buescher, he may have a shot, 14th. Chase Elliott 13th. Brad Keselowski 21st. Daniel Suarez, he's won at this track, 19th. Riley Herbst down to 28th. The killer, Ty Dillon, 26th. And Catherine Legg in 37th. Hey, she made the race. She made the race. William Byron's going to win? You think so? Qualified 3rd. But he was like a half second off of Shane McGisbergen's fastest lap. So that's going to be hard to overcome. It's getting bright. It's getting so bright. Next race, Kyle Busch wins. He'll just retire in victory lane. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, he's like, I'm done, guys. I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm hoping if Kyle retires, it won't be a full retirement. I hope he races with his son in the Truck Series and maybe even Xfinity. Like I was saying earlier, I wish more veteran drivers would stay and race in the lower divisions, and they could train these drivers racecraft, race etiquette. Over the last several years, you've seen the etiquette in racing just go to trash. Drivers just not giving each other room, dooring each other every lap. When there's 100 laps left, dudes are going 3 wide and pushing. That's poor racecraft. That's poor race etiquette. Guys like Mark Martin wouldn't have let that fly. They would have addressed the issue. Mason said it's a 6-way tie for first. That's crazy. Yeah, still 75 XP. So Connor Zilic got off pit road before SVG. Our running order is a little messed up right now. We'll see if that updates. I may have to restart the leaderboard. There it is. Every once in a while, the road courses will freak out the transponders on the cars, and so the leaderboard takes a minute. Busch will be to NASCAR how Alonso is to F1. He's never going to retire. I wish that was true. I think he still has a lot left to offer, but not in that 8 car. He needs to leave RCR. He needs to just get out. Get out. Honestly, Connor Zilic could go to RCR, and they could trade Trackhouse Kyle Busch. Good trade. Even though, like, Is Trackhouse that much better than RCR? I mean, they're not too far apart. Trackhouse is probably a little better on most weekends. Who do you think is going to win this Xfinity Series race? Right now, it's a fight between Connor Zilic and Shane Van Gisbergen. So those two are a really good bet. If you were betting and you had to place money right now, I don't know if I would bet against SVG. But Connor, he retook the lead before that last pit cycle, and he got off pit road first. So we need to watch out for him. There's a really good documentary about Dale Earnhardt on Amazon Prime. It's a good watch. I completely agree. I love that one. That was really good. It's the best Earnhardt documentary we've gotten, and it's the only one that Dale Earnhardt and Kelly Earnhardt have had input on. Well, her last name's not Earnhardt anymore. I forget her new last name. But Kelly and Dale, they had input on the documentary, and they were a big part of it. My only complaint is it should have been longer. It should have been 6, 7, 8 episodes, but they did 4. That's fine, but I feel like they could have covered a lot more. And I think they should have covered what happened after 2001. A lot of the improvements that happened to the race cars, the safer barriers, the Hans device, going into Kevin Harvick's win in Atlanta, Steve Park's win, I think, at Rockingham, Dale Jr. winning the Pepsi 400 in the summer. There's so much more they could have talked about. But, they did it how they did it, and I thought it was really good. There's also another NASCAR documentary, NASCAR-esque documentary on Netflix about the Garage 56 team, the team they took to Le Mans. I was struggling there. 24 Hours of Le Mans. And it's pretty good. It's really well produced. It's called American Thunder. And it goes behind the scenes from the announcement of Garage 56 and the NASCAR initiative all the way through testing, finding the drivers, getting them in the simulators, and then onto the race. And, I mean, the production's top-notch on that one. American Thunder. Mason said he's been waiting for me to go live so you can have someone to talk about NASCAR to. Yes, this is the place. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, NASCAR-related, it can be the race we're watching, or we can talk about tomorrow's race. We can talk about anything NASCAR-related. And we can talk about other stuff too, but this is a NASCAR-focused stream. That's why it's called the NASCAR Xfinity Sonoma Race Watchalong. Yeah, if it had 7 to 8 episodes, people would start binging it, and it would make much more money. Yes. Well, that was a common complaint I saw. I saw a lot of people saying, like, they wished it was longer, and they wished it covered more stuff. One thing that was disappointing is Steve Park wasn't in it. They didn't mention Steve Park much, and he didn't give any interviews. And I thought that would be pretty good. So after stage 2, we have Brandon Jones in first, Justin Allgaier second, Sammy Smith third, Sheldon Creed fourth, Carson Quaffle fifth, Blaine Perkins sixth, Connor Zilic seventh. I believe he's the first car that's pitted. Jeb Burton eighth, Will Rogers ninth, Ryan Sieg 10th, Brennan Poole 11th, and SVG, probably the second place car, in 12th. And then my GOAT, Josh Bilicki, in 13th. Yeah, Biff said such a butterfly effect, 2001. There's no telling what NASCAR would be like if Earnhardt Sr. survived. And Earnhardt was about to start a really awesome third act of his life. Raising his grandchildren, watching over Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and he wanted to retire and start doing sports car racing. He was going to race a lot more IMSA. And that would have been super cool to see Dale Earnhardt in the Corvette, tearing it up all over the United States and maybe even at Le Mans. Maybe he would have went overseas and raced over there. There's a lot we missed out on with Dale leaving when he did. And the sport probably would have turned out a little differently. We may have never gotten a chase. You know, Dale Earnhardt may have had a little pull there, especially with guys like Mike Helton. He may have been able to steer NASCAR in a better direction. VG said, your girlfriend's still here. She's watching you play NASCAR 2005, and she's watching she's doing both. She's watching you play NASCAR 2005, and she's watching Yellowstone. I've heard a lot about Yellowstone. A lot of people are telling me it's a good show. Did you know there's a dirt race tonight? It's the World of Outlaws race. I do now. I can always count on you, Mason, to update me on the dirt racing scene. Mason just took first place. Biff said he just came back and there was a water bottle flying on his screen. What just happened? I'm not sure. I wasn't looking at the screen. Right now, we'll see how the pit cycle shakes out. We have 32 laps to go. Oh, wow. Biff just took first place. They're trading paint out here. Biff and Mason going back and forth. They're doing a little NXT ad. If you guys watch WWE, you can also watch NXT on the CW. Personally, I don't watch much NXT. My dog, not happy with something. All right. Connor Zilic and SVG, some of these drivers that flip the stage, they're saying they may not be able to make it to the end. So they're going to be in fuel saving here. That's really going to shake things up if this turns into a fuel strategy race. If there is a caution in the next 20 laps, maybe people will pit and come down, top off, and see if they can make it to the end. But these guys that pit before the stage may not be able to make it to the end. So this may backfire on them. All right, they're coming down pit road. The leaderboard should update accordingly. There we go. Connor Zilic back to the lead. Shane Van Gisbergen second. William Sawalich third. Carson Quaffle fourth. Nick Sanchez fifth. That's our top five. Did I see your message? Something about someone leading 40 laps. I'm not sure. I don't know if there was a first part to that message, but I did not see the first part. You have thunderstorms at your house? Let's look at the weather. I actually have a button on my Stream Deck where I can pull open the weather radar on screen. So, oh, there's a tiny, let me see if the screen can see that. There's a tiny little blip on the radar. I'm the blue dot. There's the blip. Crazy stuff. All right, they're in commercial break right now. We're about to start stage 3. Let's take a look at the bottom of our leaderboard. We have Alex LeBay, 12 laps down. Sage Karam is 8 laps down. So 8 laps down, 12 laps down. And in dead last, Jesse Love, 37 laps down. Rough day for Jesse Love at his home track. When he went off track, he was running fourth. He was in fourth place. That's how I should have said it. But, yeah, rough day for Jesse Love at his home track. I don't know if you guys are watching. I know a lot of you are watching the race, but the ad that just played, I don't have any comments for that. It was a Blue Chew ad. They have the most annoying marketing. Did you see your message? And he led all four. I don't know what you're trying to say, Mason. I'm just seeing the second half of your message. It just says, and he led all 40 laps. I don't. Who led 40 laps? I'm not sure. Biff said he cannot wait for the Bristol night race. He'll be grilling out. And yeah, Blue Chew ads just confuse you. Yes. I don't know who they're really advertising to. It's a little odd. You know, let's go back to the traditional commercials we used to have with Viagra. It's a medication for this issue. You can take it. These Blue Chew ads are a little intrusive. I don't really like their marketing. But if they want to slide me some money, I'll market for them. I have no qualms with taking payouts. This is NASCAR. There's branding everywhere. Everywhere there's branding. Yeah, hot lady holding pills. Is it for them or me? Well, I mean, that's the thing. They put these attractive women on there, and most men are going to have a reaction to that, a monkey-brained reaction. And you're going to realize, I don't need their product. So they're actually losing sales by advertising the way they do. If you put an old man doctor in the commercial just explaining what the medication does, then I might actually think I have an issue. And I'd be like, maybe I do need that. Enough of that, though. All right, they're coming back from commercial. Oh, yeah, as for Bristol Night Race, I usually try to go, but last year I almost died doing it because we drive like 6 hours to get there. And we, it's a long race, and it was a very long race last year. I mean, like, pretty much no cautions. It wasn't the best Bristol night race because it was the next-gen car, and we know how it performs at Bristol. And then we had to drive back after the race. So the race ends 9:30, 10, whatever, and then we drive back 6, 7 hours, however long. It was a very, very long day. So I don't know if I'll go to the night race again this year. But I've been a few times. I've been to the Bristol night race a few times, and I've been to the Bristol dirt race, back when they used to race dirt in the spring. That orange 48 is calling out to you. With, Nick Sanchez. He's in fourth. We'll see. Maybe he can make his way to the front. And then Scottish Pyro said, you look like a combo of about 5 people you know. In a good way. Yes, I hope they're very beautiful people. All right, 29 laps to go. Connor Zilic and SVG at the front. Connor's on the inside. As they go back and forth, right hand, left hand, the inside changes. So one driver gets an advantage for one corner, another driver would get the advantage for the next corner. Connor's not giving Shane Van Gisbergen a lot of room. Shane Van Gisbergen to third. William Sawalich to second. Connor Zilic in first. It's heating up. The battle is heating up at the front. SVG back to third. That is breaking news. Yeah, it's a new ball game. This is crazy. We'll see if that 18 car has anything for Connor Zilic. It's two rookies at the front. That's crazy. Which, I'm not sure if this is right, but I believe William won the ARCA race. And they had a photo finish from the ARCA race. If you guys haven't seen the finish to that, go check it out on the ARCA Menards Twitter page. They have a replay of the finish on there. It's very good. And there were some crazy wrecks at Sonoma this weekend in the different ARCA divisions. One guy flipped. Another guy, lost the whole wheel. It was crazy. A whole wheel came off of his car. But one dude, he hit a curb at a weird angle, and his car just started rolling. It was nuts. You don't expect that at a road course, but every once in a while, it still happens. Sam Mayer to fourth. All right, just keep in mind, as they're racing here, let's see what these people are saying. Scottish Pyro, he's saying, would Herbst lock in? Riley Herb. Where is he running currently? He's running in 7th, 3 seconds back. Not too bad. And Biff said he smells a caution with the way they're driving. Mason, you're going to need to type out the full message. I don't know who's leading. Oh, there you go. I see your message now. Bobby Pierce won last night by 10 seconds, and he led all 40 laps. That's really impressive. I did see it now. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely duking it out here. One thing you have to pay attention to here is they may have a caution. No, they may run out of fuel. So they're sitting here throwing haymakers right now, but at any moment, they may have to go into fuel-saving mode, and they need to keep that in the back of their mind, because these guys that pit to flip the stage, Connor Zilic, William Sawalich, Shane Van Gisbergen, Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, they may run out of fuel if they don't back off. We have one car with a lot of damage, the 16 car. Who is this? Christian Eckes. Christian Eckes with huge damage. He's coming down pit road. That's going to end his race. Biff, you called it. You said a caution was coming, and that was almost a caution. Yeah, huge damage to the nose. It's pushed in. The car is smoking. Tough day for Christian Eckes. I did see your message. I'm sure they'll do a replay here in a second. At least I hope they will. In future streams, I would like to have it set up so I can drag a desktop window over, and we can look at the highlights during the race. So if a big wreck happens or something like that, I can drag open the Xfinity Twitter page and just play the highlight, because I don't think they'll get me on copyright for that. So I think there's a few things we may be able to get away with, especially if it's just a really tiny window in the corner of our screen. I don't think that'll be a big issue. When the race gets later, I need to try to take my heart rate and see every once in a while one of these finishes gets really intense, and I can take my heart rate with this little device. I love using this thing. It's called a Cardio Mobile. It's pretty cool. And it's like really solid. It's made with aluminum. I don't know. Has a nice feel to it. Who's your favorite driver? I don't necessarily have a favorite. It used to be Jeff Gordon. That's why I'm wearing the Jeff Gordon stuff. My dad's in the chat. He said SVG or Zilich will win or not. That's technically a very accurate comment. Yeah, who's my favorite driver? Probably one of the Hendrick guys. I like Byron just because he's in the 24, and he seems like a nice enough guy. Like I feel like I'd get along with him. But Bowman, I feel like I like Bowman a lot better, like a lot more as a person. I just think he's a funny guy. I like his dry humor. Yeah, they're getting pretty crazy. I'm gonna take my heart rate once the race comes down to the last few laps. You put 2 fingers on this side. I know you guys probably don't care, but you put 2 fingers on this side, 2 fingers on the other side, and then you can put this other pad on the back and on your knee, and then it has a 3 contact thing, and then you can get an EKG, like a EKG on the go. So if you have heart problems, or if you think you may have a history of heart problems, whatnot, take a look at getting one of these. It could possibly save your life. And it's small enough to take with you. It runs off a little battery. You hardly ever have to replace it. I've had this for almost a year, and I still haven't had to replace it. But you can take it with you. It runs off Bluetooth, and you just can use it on the go. Pretty neat little piece of technology. So we're under commercial again. Connor Zilch still in the lead. Shane Van Gisbergen still in second. Scroll back to the top on the leaderboard. That way you guys can see that. Let's hope Connor holds on. In case you guys are wondering, this stream's brought to you by Cardio Mobile and Dr. Pepper. I don't know how many of you guys in the stream watch college football, but I'm very much looking forward to the college football season. But the Dr. Pepper commercials always make me want a Dr. Pepper. Very effective advertising. Did I see your message? I saw one of them. I'm pretty sure I saw the one you're talking about. All right, how many laps do we have left? 24 laps to go. Looks like. Now 23 laps to go. Almost 22 now. They're coming through turn 11. The top 3 cars are under a blanket. If you look at the interval, Shane Van Gisbergen, less than a second behind, and then with only 5/10 back from SVG, William Sawalich. So these first 3 cars. They're all very close to each other. So what I was just listening to, they're talking about their fuel strategy. The 88 thinks they're good to the end, but if it goes to a green-white checkered or if it goes to overtime, they may not have enough fuel to get to the end. So they're good to lap 79, but if they go longer than that, Connor Zillich and Shane Van Gisbergen may run out of fuel. Right now, if you're a driver that pit under caution and you have the fuel to make it, your job is to be out there pushing Connor Zillich and Shane Van Gisbergen as fast as they can go to try to run them out of fuel. That's your only objective, is to try to run these guys out of fuel. The first car that has a decent amount of fuel is Carson Quaffle in 11th. he pit on lap 48. The rest of the field pit on lap 43 or 42, everyone in front of him. So if it comes down to fuel, Carson Quaffle is going to be in a better position to win. Mason said he's stuck at 125 XP. I'm sure you'll catch back up soon. VG Clip said, or let's go back. Biff said easily a 3-car race right now. It definitely is. Definitely. Especially if Connor Zilic and Shane Van Gisbergen can get into it and go off track. Swalich is right there to clean up. And VG said he just got 8 bags of grapes from a food drive. That's a lot of grapes. That's actually a lot of grapes. That sounds like one of the math questions you would see in a textbook for like high school or something, or not even high school, probably like element. You would see it in a textbook. That's all I got. Yeah, VG has 8 bags of grapes. He gives 2 away. How many does that leave him with? That kind of thing. And Scottish Pyro said, only college football you loosely follow is Clemson versus Carolina because you live in South Carolina, so it's kind of impossible to escape. That's true. That's true. Which side do you favor more? The 21 and the 7 are going to fight by the end of the race. Yeah, they've been running near each other for a lot of the race. They've been duking it out. If you guys have the CW app on your phone, or if you have it pulled open on a browser, you can look at what they call the battle cam, and it shows you just a random battle on the track with no commentary. So it's a pretty cool thing to watch. And they're constantly showing some kind of on-track action. So it's a pretty good thing to throw on it in addition to the race. Or if you can't watch the CW, that's why you're here, you can throw in that battle cam for free. 51 car of Jeremy Clements around. Carolina, you have a plushie of the mascot. Is it just a big chicken? I don't know who South Carolina's mascot is. I'm sure it's a big chicken, but I'm an LSU fan, and LSU beat South Carolina last year. They shouldn't have, but South Carolina did not want to win that game. They committed so many penalties, and I believe there were some turnovers, and South Carolina did not want to win that game. And I'm thankful they didn't, because, it turned out good for my team. Mason said, let's go Justin Allgaier, number 7 car. Let's check in on Justin Allgaier. The 7th is running in 7th. The 7 is running in 7th. Not bad. Connor Zilic still in the lead with Shane Van Gisbergen right behind him. 3/10 back. That's tight. That's really tight. They were shining the spotlight on Corey Day. Corey Day, he's running in the Hendrick Motorsports number 17. Corey Day is a driver that Hendrick Motorsports is trying to develop. I don't know where he would go if he was to, make it up to the Cup Series, because currently Hendrick has all their drivers signed for like 2 more years at least. So there's not really a landing place for Corey Day yet, but look for him. They may try to take him full-time, probably with Junior Motorsports, somewhere in the next year or 2. Austin Hill could be a sleeper. Austin Hill is a super speedway merchant. If it was Talladega, Atlanta, or Daytona, yes. But honestly, I'm a little shocked that Austin Hill's running this well. I mean, his thing really is just the super speedways, and then he's pretty good at Martinsville. Thank you, Johnson fan. Good to see you in chat, man. Johnson fan also does YouTube stuff, has a pretty good sized community. Scottish Pyro said Herbst moved up one position. Woohoo, joyous days. Yes, sir. Where is Herbst? 6th. I have a hard time finding his name on the leaderboard. I have a really hard time. Have you been? No. I was born with that. No work necessary. Braylon Davis, you love the number 7? Yeah, Justin Allgaier, he's a good guy. He's a family man, and he's one of the veterans of the series. So when it comes to the Xfinity series, I'm usually hoping he wins. And I met him a long time ago, like 2012 in Indianapolis. I had to talk to him for like 30 minutes because no one was around. It's pretty cool. We were both a lot younger back then. Did I see your message about college football? I would love to see it. Oh, you're a Gator and Ducks fan? So like Florida Gators and Oregon Ducks? That's an interesting combo. Very interesting combo. You're surprised about Austin Hill? That's why you think he could pounce? Well, I think Austin Hill pit on lap 42 or 43. So he also might run out of fuel. And he's racing with he was racing with Allgaier pretty hard. The first car that has enough fuel to make it guaranteed is Carson Quaffle in the 11. Or Carson Quaffle in 11th. He pit on lap 48. And most of the other guys pit on lap 43 or 42. So the leaders pit on lap 43, and they barely have enough to make it. And the rest of these guys pit on lap 42, one lap earlier. So they really may not have enough. Braylon Davis just said nice. Thank you, Braylon. Mason said you're about to see the dirt racing tonight on Dirt Vision. It should be good. I know you'll enjoy that. And on NBC, there's also Saturday night's main event. So if you like the WWE and you want to see John Cena fight and you want to see Goldberg fight, Goldberg's last fight, he's retiring tonight, possibly. Tune in. It'll be on NBC and Peacock. So if you have TV, if you have antenna, tune in on NBC and check out some wrestling. It's pretty fun. It's like a male soap opera. You just got to buy in. Matt Taylor's watching the 2012 Malaysian GP. Interesting. Who won that race? '12 Malaysian Grand Prix. Wikipedia. We're doing some research. Pole position, Lewis Hamilton. Fastest lap, Kimi Räikkönen. Podium, Fernando Alonso in first. Second, Sergio Perez. And third, Lewis Hamilton. That's crazy. Johnson Van, I don't know if... Let's see if you're... Oh, you do have XP. Yeah, you have 75 already. Not bad. I wish it showed everybody's like crown and not just the top 3. But that's fine. And Johnson Van said Zilich versus Gisbergen, W battle. It's been a tight battle the whole race. This is the furthest they've been apart. 1.3 seconds. The 25 just spun out. Oh, Corey Day took him out. I was just talking about Corey Day. Hendrick's trying to build this guy up, and he just cleaned out the 25 car. Who's in the 25? Harrison Burton. So Corey Day took out Harrison Burton. That's hilarious. That's what you're trying to find out? Oh, hopefully I didn't spoil it for you. I thought you knew. Oh, no. Oh, no. I feel so bad, Matt Taylor. I feel so bad. Matt, we had another Taylor in here earlier. I don't know if I can go back and see their chat. It was like John Taylor or something from Tasmania. I think there's been too many comments. I can't go back that far. Yeah, good. Scottish Pyro said, "Good job, Corey. Get that Ford." My dad said, "Did they ever find the jet?" Oh no, you're talking about Malaysian Airlines. They did not. They did not find the jet. Somebody has it. Like aliens got it. The U.S. government got it. Somebody stole that jet, or they're covering it up. You know. Maybe someone accidentally shot it down. Maybe. Since when was there so many people in an AZ stream? To everyone here, I come to almost every stream. Yeah, Johnson fan's been here for a long time. Braylon, you're from Israel? Welcome. Welcome. I hope you're having a good morning or night. It would be like very late there, right? It's probably like midnight there at least. Or like maybe 2 a.m. I don't know what time zone Israel is in. But yeah, hopefully the I don't know where I'm going with that thought. Yeah, Johnson fan's been here a long time. That's good, yeah. Braylon, up burning the midnight oil. Welcome. Good to have you here. Yeah, we had someone, See You Later Gaming. He was from Sydney, Australia. And we had one from Tasmania. That was John Taylor. And then we have someone from Israel. So, good international audience here. Good to have you guys. Our international audience makes up a pretty large part of our viewer base. When I look at my analytics, a lot of people tune in from overseas, which is pretty crazy. But I'm glad to have everyone. Yeah, Gene's been to Gene's on a pretty big streak, or Mason, I should say. Mason has been to probably the last 30 streams we've done. So yeah, we have a good dedicated bit of people here. David Allen, welcome back to the chat. Shalom from Auckland, New Zealand. So we have a lot of people here south of the equator. Good to have you guys. Yeah. Whew. The battle is really tight between Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilic, down to half a second. I mean, he's right there, one car length back. You saw Iran bombs when you were in war? That's crazy. Yeah, my dad, he's in chat. He said he loves Israel. He's been there. That is true. He went through Israel and I believe Jordan as well years ago. But he really enjoyed it. Took a lot of pictures. Brought a lot of stuff back. A lot of history in that area. A lot of history. Yeah, hopefully you were safe during all of that action, Braylon. And hopefully all your people were safe. That's something we don't have to deal with over here in the United States. You know, we have our own stuff we have to deal with. Different types of violence, different types of crime, but we don't have rockets falling. That's something we don't have to deal with. And very thankful we don't. That'd be rough. But the Israeli people, they deal with that. You know, they have the Iron Dome to help try to defend. Yeah, AZ used to be a tech YouTuber. I just threw stuff at the fan constantly. I did a video on my hamster. I think that's one of my top viewed videos, was this terrible video of my hamster. You're in USA because you're from USA and Israel? Nice. We're glad to have you here. Yeah, we've had a lot of new people throughout the stream. We're sitting at about 1,500 views for this stream so far. So I'm thankful for everybody that's tuning in. If you guys have any suggestions, or if you just have something you want to talk about NASCAR related, or maybe even not NASCAR related, just let us know. And we may do more of these streams. I've been working on this leaderboard for a long time, trying to get this to work, trying to get this idea to work, because I didn't want to use NASCAR's leaderboard. So we made this. And it took us a long time. 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Herb's moved up another spot. My first video is about a gray hamster that's probably dead. Yes, Ronald is very dead. Probably disintegrated already. Ronald has been dead for 14 years at least. Probably. I don't know, it's been a long time. Rest in peace, Ronald. I don't know what the Catholics do, but how do we do it? We used Python, and we pulled from directly from NASCAR's data stream. That was the hardest part, finding out where to get the data from. And then, like, trying to get different Python libraries to work, the request library, the pillow, and, like, adding in tkinter and all this stuff. Can't be 14 years. However many years. He didn't live very long. He died pretty quickly. I think he made it about a year. Those tiny hamsters, they don't make it very long. You might get 3-4 years out of one if you're lucky. All right, so we have 6 laps to go. Connor Zilic still in first. Shane Van Gisbergen 5 seconds back. So what we have to look for here is, has Shane Van Gisbergen been saving? If he's been saving his tires and Connor Zilic is pushing here, that may decide the race. Can we get a moment of silence for Ronald McDonald the hamster? His last name I don't think was McDonald, but he was a good one. He was a real one. Did I see your message? Let me look back there for it. Yeah, rest in peace, Ronald. Rest in peace. You're not winning this unless a miracle happens? You never know. You never know. I have seen your message now. Yeah, Ronald was a good hamster. He was very relaxed. But Mr. Fluffles, if you remember Mr. Fluffles, he was a good one. And he was a very pretty hamster. Snow White. Doggy. Dog. Come to me. Come to me. Oh no, 7 laps to go. So we had 8 laps to go a second ago. I lied. It was not 6 laps to go. If you ever wonder what the lap count is, right there at the top of the screen. All right, now they're coming to 6 laps to go. They're about to round turn 12. We still have to look at the fuel here. Don't forget about that fuel battle. So, are these guys saving enough to make it? Now, we know Shane Van Gisbergen has no problems moving his teammate around. He has no problems. So, if it comes down to one last corner, SVG probably would absolutely send Connor Zilic off track. So watch for that. Last week, Shane Van Gisbergen moved Connor out of the way, so we'll see if that happens again. Was your hamster one of those that died in the most horrific way possible, or did it manage? Ronald died in my hand. I was holding him, watching the television, just holding my hamster, and I saw him take this one big last breath, and that was it. Lights out. I even tried to do like CPR, like chest compressions. I was like, "Come back, come back," but he died. As all things do. Everyone here in this chat one day will die. I'm sorry to drop that on you guys if you didn't know that, but we're all going to die. Sometimes you just have to think about the frailty of life. 5 laps to go. Carson Quaffle diving it down on the inside of Austin Hill around turn 11. Austin Hill might lose a couple positions here. So Carson Quaffle up to P9. I'm sorry, Scottish Pyro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Johnson fan. I'm sorry to break that news to you guys. Your dog passed away a few years ago. Yeah, that's sad. Dogs are special, especially if you had a really good one, a nice one. There are some dogs that are very mean that I wouldn't care for. Did I see what you said? Let me go back and see if I can see it. About being from the USA and Israel? We did see that. That's pretty cool. Having different countries you can call home. That's awesome. If I ever commit a crime and do something really bad, I'm gonna go move to France and join their Foreign Legion. Then I can say I'm from 2 countries. Not publicly, because they'll give me a new identity, and then I'll just be French. I'll say, oui, oui. Oh, no, let's see what you said after. I don't see a comment after that. If you don't mind, you can just retype it. Yeah, if I ever miss a comment, I don't mind if you guys post it again. Can I give you XP? No, sadly, I cannot. I have no control over the XP. Scottish Pyro said we're going to live forever. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to die, but younger people, they may live longer. The medicine, the advances, the technology, it's going to come right after I die. In fact, I might be the last person to die a normal lifespan. Everyone after me is going to live like 200 years. Just watch. This is going to turn out to be correct. Corey Day around. Corey Day is sitting sideways on the track. All right, looks like they're going to stay green. Corey Day just spun from 12th place. Yeah, I'm going to... That's an interesting setup. We still have Connor Zilic in first, Shane Van Gisbergen in second. Austin Hill hit the curb and spun Corey Day out. Austin Hill, super speedway merchant. He ran out of talent, took out Corey Day. Which, I mean, Corey Day kind of ran Austin Hill down the track, so that might be more of a racing deal. I can't really blame Austin Hill for that. He was kind of holding his ground. So, hey, you know, Corey Day's got to learn sometime. So he went from 12th down to 24th. Oh, no, I'm not the king of NASCAR. Richard Petty's the king of NASCAR. My father got to meet Richard Petty like last year or 2 years ago. Pretty cool. By the power of my dead grandfather, this is what Scottish Pyro said. By the power of my dead grandfather, whose favorite number was 88, please let Zilic win. I would love to see Zilic win. Especially after last week. You know, Shane Van Gisbergen ran him high, took him out. Gisbergen into the back of Zilich. Only 2 laps to go. SVG is knocking on his back bumper. He's there. They're touching. Shane Van Gisbergen might turn Connor Zilich. This is getting close. Do the AI in NASCAR 2005, if you have an ally, do they go with you in your race line? Sometimes. Sometimes they'll try to work with you. The AI seem to have a mind of their own. So you'll figure out pretty quick who tries to block and who will get out of your way. Because sometimes your ally will try to move up the track. All right, 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go.
Flag. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. My favorite lap of the race. I love.
White flag. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
I love that. Gisbergen's going to take out Zilich. I'm going to tell you how it's going to go down. This is crazy. Connor Zilich just blocking so hard. Yes, Braylon. Oh, you said USA will never lose a war because they're the strongest country in the world. It would be hard because the USA is kind of separated from Asia and from Europe, which would be the two countries that are the two continents we would have to worry about. All right, they're diving into turn 11. Shane Van Gisbergen on the outside. Zilich on the inside. Connor Zilich is going to hold on to win at Sonoma. If you're a fan of the 88, Connor Zilich just took the win. I cannot give XP. I'm so sorry. And, yeah, the USA, like, they can get into some conflicts that aren't good. Hey, Vietnam was a draw. I refuse to accept that as a loss. If you look at the casualty rates, clearly one side did better. Clearly one side did a lot better. Vietnam was a draw. Go Israel and go Ukraine. I still keep up with Ukraine more. A lot of people have tuned out, but there's this guy that I watch stream every night, and he'll go over the recent updates, what's going on. It's not going very well. Not going very well. But it's a very slow-moving conflict. Corrido MVP 11 said 88 exclamation points. So we have a lot of very excited people in the chat. Scottish Pyro with a woo and a go and a yeah. VG Clips, did I see your message? Zilich wins. I saw that one. Oh, Casey's leading and you didn't need to help him? Yeah, sometimes the AI will mess you up in NASCAR 2005. Scottish Pyro, your grandfather helped. Your grandfather was in the car, Scottish Pyro. I think he was in there wheeling it. Connor Zilich took his hands back, said, Grandpa, take the wheel. And he was in there just, wheeling it back and forth. I don't know how he held on. Shane Van Gisbergen was all over the back of him. If you guys didn't get a chance to see that, go look at the NASCAR Xfinity Series Twitter. Just NASCAR Xfinity or Xfinity NASCAR. You'll find the page. They usually post highlights, and they'll probably post that last lap. It's pretty crazy. So that makes 2 really good finishes so far at Sonoma. The ARCA race had a photo finish. They were 3 wide, but 2 cars in the photo finish. And now we have this one. That was a really good finish. Yeah, Gisbergen was all over Connor Zilich. I don't know how he held on, and he raced it very well. He was very defensive and somehow held on. He got very sideways a couple times. You're on lap 88? How long of a race are you driving? That's crazy. All right, he's burning it down. All right, let's take a look at our final leaderboard. Corrido MVP said he's a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan and a Junior's Motorsports fan, and he's starting to watch more Xfinity Series than Cup. You don't know why? I'll tell you why. The Xfinity Series puts on banger races time after time. fantastic races. The cars slip and slide around. The drivers are a little more inexperienced, so you see a lot more mistakes, a lot more action happening. And right now, it's a better car, and it's putting on a better races week in and week out than the Cup Series usually. Now, there's some exceptions. I know Cup does well at tracks like Michigan. They did really well at Atlanta. But most of the time, especially at the road courses or short tracks, the Xfinity Series is going to put on a better race. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here. Connor Zilich with the win. Shane Van Gisbergen in second. William Sawalich third. Nick Sanchez fourth. Riley Herbst. I know we had some Riley Herbst fans in the chat. Fifth. Justin Allgaier. I know Mason and a lot of people are rooting for the 7. That's one of Junior's cars. Justin Allgaier in 6th. Taylor Gray 7th. 8th. Carson Quaffle. 9th. Sammy Smith. 10th. Sheldon Creed. 11th. Austin Green. 12th. Austin Hill. 13th. Brandon Jones. 14th, Josh Balicki. 15th, Josh Williams. Look at these names. We have Austin and Austin, and we have Josh and a Josh. What are the chances? 16th, Will Rogers. 17th, Sam Mayer. 18th, Dean Thompson. 19th, Blaine Perkins. 20th, Jeb Burton. 21st, Harrison Burton. 22nd, Brennan Poole. 23rd, Anthony Alfredo. 24th, Corey Day. 25th, Kyle Sieg. 26th, Matt DiBenedetto. 27th, Ryan Ellis. 28th, Parker Retzloff. 29th, Chris Wright. 30th, Jeremy Clements. 31st, Brad Perez. 32nd, Daniel Dye, another rookie. 33rd, Connor Mozak. 34th, Kristen Eckes. Rough day for Kristen Eckes there, right at the very end getting damage. Ryan Sieg in 35th. 36th, Sage Karam. 37th, Alex LeVay. And Jesse Love from 4th place ends up having an issue with the car. 68 laps down, finishing dead last. You love the 24 Cup car? He's winning tomorrow? I agree. I love the 24 car. Got the 24 on my hat right there. So, we are big 24 car fans in this house. All right, guys. We are going to log out. We may go live with another. I don't know. We probably won't. But we do go live almost every day. We may do another watch along tomorrow, but I think I'm usually going to keep these for the truck races and the Xfinity series, not as much for the Cup races. And we post NASCAR race previews, NASCAR race reviews. The preview actually did really well this week and had close to 1,000 views, I believe. And after tomorrow's race, we'll post a race review. So look for that. And we also do NASCAR streams, like for gaming. So we've been doing NASCAR 2005 lately, but we also stream the Heat games. We're going to stream the new iRacing game when it comes out. So take a look for that. And I've enjoyed this. We'll try to do this in the future. Hopefully the leaderboard keeps working. This was really just our test here. I've been working on this for about a week, so I'm glad it was able to work. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been real fun. If you guys are fans of WWE, tune in to NBC in 1 hour and watch Saturday night's main event. Or if you have Peacock, Peacock's pretty cheap. It's like $3 a month or something. Tune in and check out some WWE action if that's something you're interested in. And if not, tomorrow we have another race at Sonoma. So hopefully I will see you guys after that race. Thank you guys for being here. It's been fun. Actually, for your championship 4, you have Chase and Byron dueling it out for the championship. Pretty solid picks. Please do the Cup race tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll see. It depends on what time the race starts and ends, because Sundays just aren't a good day for me to do a stream. But we'll definitely do a race review tomorrow after the race. So If you're interested in just recapping the race and going over my thoughts and some of the news, going over the playoff bubble, the in-season challenge bracket, go ahead and tune in. But thank you guys for all the support today. Scottish Pyro, VG Clips, Mason, Braylon, Carrito, VG Clips, Johnson Fan 48. There were so many people in the chat. We had almost 2,000 viewers during this stream. So this was pretty fun. We'll do this again.